Howdy partners, here we are in the garden doing a big doodle today, and I scrounged some paint, some paper off an artist friend of mine, his oldie, and I thought I'll just go out and do a big massive doodle. And this paint I'm using is over 20 years old. It's just been stuck on shelves, and I thought, you just use it up, all this stuff, it's all sitting around, get it used up. And I've been doing these kind of doodles all my life, 40 years or something. I've got multitudes of A4 paper full of these doodles. So I thought I'll do them big, a bit of fun. And I'll sell it for €50,000 afterwards. Guess I'm thinking about COVID a little bit. I'm thinking about thinking about the comet a little bit as well. A comet that came this year, and they say comets bring disaster, and it's been quite a kind of a disastrous year in a way, hasn't it? So this is my little Guernica to 2020. I'm painting the comet now. And I try to do these figures as quick as I can without really thinking about it, to try and not to make it look too mechanical. I remember when I was about, must have been about 7-year-old, I reckon. And there was a big wooden wall near our house where we used to live. And I went in the cellar one morning, I think it was a Saturday morning, and my parents were still in bed. And like every kid at that age, I was into dinosaurs. I went in the cellar and there was some green paint in the cellar, big massive tin of green paint and brushes from when my dad had been doing some decorating. And I got the green tin of paint out and went down to this fence of this factory, and about the same size as what I'm doing here, I painted loads of dinosaurs, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Diplodocus, and kind of got a buzz from it. So I'm going back to my childhood now, I guess. And another thing that interests me is I haven't got a mobile smartphone or anything. So I tend to notice people using them more. People walking down the streets women with the prams, not looking at the babies anymore, rather looking at the phone and laughing to themselves as they read messages on Facebook or whatever app they're looking at. So I thought I'll put a bit of that in there. As I said, I've not outputted any money whatsoever on this. I'm just using old materials, clearing the decks. I feel that there's lots of great artists about, but I always find there's a hell of a lot of not so great artists, people who think they're great and they have their little shows, and I often think I could do better than that. So I'm having a go. But the main reason I'm doing it is because I kind of enjoy it. And this year 2020 has been so strange and mad. Now, I'm not going for any kind of realism, but I want the rough forms just to be able to, so that you can maybe get a feeling of what's going on a bit, but just sort of roughly sketched in. I want to leave room for people to see stuff in there themselves. I often think about my own kids, how much time they spend online and how much time I spend online. The tree above here was creating some shapes on there, some patterns. And so I thought, oh, that's quite nice, looks like camouflage, and I'll use that to give a bit of background. Hard to talk when you... These little stick figures look a bit like the saint. Maybe that's another... It's kind of all stuff that's stuck down in your subconscious. I used to like watching the saint, and I used to love the beginning, so maybe that's where it comes from, I don't know. Maybe I should put it on eBay for 50,000. My friend Josh, he's died now. I remember he used to sell his pictures for around 20,000 euros. And he said if you don't put up a proper decent price, people don't take you seriously. Which is one of them weird mad things about the art world. I'm occasionally looking at some little drawings here just to get some few ideas which I can put in there. We'll have him in there now. So I think I'll leave it for a bit now, let this paint dry that's on here, and see if any more ideas come up. I'll maybe go back to white again, but I don't think I'll use any colour in this one, just the nice cardboardy colour of the background and the white and the black, and we'll leave it at that. Sometimes when you put colour in, it ruins it. So I'll just leave that for a bit and maybe get a finer brush later and do some little tiny men on there. But I don't know yet, might just leave it as it is. So we'll take a little break.